Welcome to the Level 1 Lounge. Today we have our usual suspects for the most part. First of all, we've got Ryder Prider, Chewy,
Hello,
Irish
world.
Bandit, Irish Bandit, and also we have a special guest today as Rocktopus could not be here with us today. So we actually have a fellow podcaster from in my house. We will be calling him Monster Hospital. Today, we are going to be actually reacting to the developer direct that Xbox put on today. So, we are excited to see some new games and some new gameplay and be able to talk about these new games that are going to be coming out here with Xbox and see what's going on. So, we're going to just kick things off and get running, and we'll see our reactions to the developer direct. So let's get going.
I'll quickly apologize in advance to everybody if you hear my voice. I am a little under the weather at the moment, so bear with us. Never understood why they always have to have the shot of somebody right in the back of their head. Just doesn't make sense to me.
It just builds to the sizzle. Look at this.
Yeah.
Those are all the people who weren't camera ready.
We probably mean business on the 4 unique games. Like, we're probably not getting more than those 4, are we?
Probably not.
Looks like a Walking Dead game.
I mean, I see dice. Maybe we're getting a dice game. Tabletop.
Oh, wasn't that Todd Howard?
Was that
God's God, man.
Think so.
was
Yeah.
that was that Troy in the motion capsule?
Like Troy Baker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, could have been. I didn't even see.
All right. So what are we going to start with?
Probably. I was just
That
going to
one.
say Obsidian.
Yeah.
Here
I
comes
was
Avowed.
just about to get the
Avowed? Yeah, this has got to be Avowed. I don't know. I'm excited for this one. Like, I'm not really big into the Skyrim, like into Skyrim or anything. I haven't really had the. I never really played that one, but I don't know. This one's interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
An adventure into the heart of the living lands.
Sorry, this is from the Skyrim people.
No, it's Skyrim-esque. People have been comparing it to Skyrim.
Yeah, they did Fallout New Vegas. Outer Wilds or Outer Worlds? I always get
Outer
them mixed
Worlds.
up.
Outer Worlds, yeah.
I can never keep those ones straight
Outer Worlds
either.
right there.
And Avowed is no different.
This one, the last time I seen anything on it, it almost looked kind of cartoony, but I don't know. This is looking better.
I mean, it does look good. I mean,
Cartoony
most games that are
like-
coming out nowadays.
There's going to be a lot of great
Cartoony like the last
which has
Need
a
for
really
Speed.
personal connection to you as the player
N-
character, and you're
Not
not
to that
all the time
extent,
getting
but
Okay.
very
secrets
close.
and
Yeah.
leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more
One's in
about
first
Avowed's
person,
combat is
eh?
Gabriel Paramo,
Yeah.
gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian,
I mean, it's been confirmed to go on a Game Pass, so there's no harm in trying it, right? So
we developed the flexible
Yeah, especially if you have the subscription already.
Yeah.
Won't all these be confirmed for Game Pass?
Most of them, I believe, yes.
All the 4 they announced are coming to Game Pass, or PC Game Pass only for the one, I think.
PC for only one of them?
Yeah,
it's not just hacking and slashing.
Actually, looking at that combat, I'm getting Vermintide vibes out of that.
Powerful melee attacks.
I could see
I
that.
played maybe 30 minutes of that.
I miss playing Vermintide. That was a fun game.
It wasn't very good.
Playing it, well, unfortunately, a bunch of the friends that I played with stopped playing it, so then the solo experience with randoms is just not as fun.
I think it's on PlayStation Extra, by the way. The Rider.
I think I've actually only played Vermintide 2.
Some units are extremely defensive.
Yeah.
Some are brutishly difficult. And others you must make sure you prioritize, or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat.
A gun and a shield? That's
Yeah,
There we
that's what gives me the Vermintide vibes. There's one of the I can't remember what the character's name is, but he uses a rapier and a pistol.
Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a
What's a rapier?
It's a sword.
Use your enchanted wand
yeah,
to
it's
freeze
thin
enemies,
sword.
and then use your offhand weapons
Like
power
needle?
deck to shatter them.
Yeah.
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 We've worked hard to keep
Although
you
Needle is
constantly
technically an
engaged as
APA,
battles
but
unfold by creating a
semantics.
balance between pressure and
I'm gonna
managing
Google all these terms later.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story. and
Visually, it
explore
looks
the
better
many
than the last
diverse
time they showed it.
regions.
So
Yeah,
clearly
absolutely.
that went
Yeah.
through the ringer, but
Decisions with
that
profound
combat is looking like a
consequences,
broadcast
like this
Skyrim.
side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll
Oh,
explore
this is
when
definitely
returning to
looking
the
better.
Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers.
If I can
Once you
insert
explore what
myself into
remains of
VR
the
in this,
battle,
I
it's
might
up
give
to
it a
you to
try.
determine who, if anyone,
Actually, this in
falls.
VR would probably be pretty cool.
Just the four of us. My name
Um,
Carrie,
This one's based off the Pillars of Eternity
trained under Captain
games,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never played those, but those ones look like fun too.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here, take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in
course.
complicated situations.
So is this gonna have a moral meter on it, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll probably be some type of influence gauge or influence mechanic.
It was so dark.
This is going to be another long game to get into, though, but it'll be good.
I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else.
Outer Worlds is manageable. Like, it didn't feel grossly big, so I'm hoping it's not
So what did he tell you?
Skyrim level of size.
Yeah.
You know what?
Or
The
Starfield
older I
level of
get,
size, let alone.
That I was a dumb baby.
yeah. The older I get, the longer the game is, the more less likely I am to pick it up. I need that like
Why is he not here?
15 minimum to like 60-hour
At
range.
the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you
I'm
confront
definitely with you there.
Frank
There's
Mackey, if you believe the
100
story he's
hours in a
told you,
playthrough
you
now
hand
is
over the badges and let him go
it's too
back
much.
Too
home.
daunting. Yeah.
You're right. Real
For
battles
me, I'm
are
down for
something
that. I'm down
you
for that
can't
kind of
fight.
stuff.
It's not
I want to make my investment worth it.
No, they.
So in that, do you? I'm a one game, one at one time guy. That's so I fatigue on them. Do you
Oh, God,
swap
no.
your games?
Confront him.
Yeah.
Always.
I think that-
Especially
Believe
being
that
a content
battle
creator.
is an act of cowardice,
I almost
Yeah, I
kind
think
of
that
have
might
to,
help.
really.
He might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either
I guess
way,
when you play
when
like
return
on
to town,
stream
you'll see
to
the
keep things fresh,
consequences of your
absolutely you'd want to
actions and the
switch up. But
choices you
I'm
made
like
in
you,
this
Chewy.
quest.
If I pick something up, I'm
Creating
playing
an
it
immersive
till I'm
experience
done
like
it to move
Avowed
on to the
is
next
anchored
thing.
in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen
I've
and the
been
team
jumping
have
around
worked to
lately, but
create a
it's also
unique,
because I've been
colorful,
streaming
and
more
dynamic
as
visual
well.
style.
So I've been streaming on the
From
weekends.
outset,
So
we knew that we wanted
I'm
Avowed setting
been
to
jumping
feel
between
rich,
two
weird,
typically at a
and
time now.
wonderful. We found inspiration
I can
in
do
a
two.
wide swath of real-world
Having different
cultures,
systems
helping
makes it
us create
easier
a
to
unique RPG
jump, right?
experience.
Play one on the Steam
By
Deck, one on
contrasting
PC,
the
one on
vibrant
PlayStation.
with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones,
For me, it really
we can
depends on
better deliver
the game
complex
itself. Some
emotional
games I can go
experiences
back to
for our
multiple
players.
times. Some games I can only play
The
once,
Living
and
Lands
that's
is
about
a
it.
continent of untamed
Yeah.
valleys with widely varied
Like, I definitely
Yeah,
have my
or some
comfort games.
games.
luxuriant
Yeah, or
forests
some
and
games you can't even
volcanic
play at all.
lakes.
Mafia.
Each of those regions itself is
I
a
want
this
series
guy's
of
belt.
storied landscapes. All of the regions
Hey,
have
I mean, you got it for
complex
free, so I mean, there's that.
challenges
I got it
That's-
for
associated
free.
with them.
But I
They
couldn't
have a
play it
deep
on stream. I
place
could
in my
probably
heart for
play it on
Shatterscarp.
my own, but I can't play
As
it
you're
on my
wandering
channel.
the wastes of Shatterscarp,
I don't know why.
you might notice off in the distance
The only
a
way I could
vibrant
possibly
jewel of
see you
color.
being able to do that
By
would be use.
transitioning
I don't know
from
what you use for
destitute,
your
muted
streaming
tones
software.
of a
but-
wasteland of
OBS.
sand,
Okay, yeah, you could do
marching
just do a
towards
recording of it,
beautiful oasis.
That's what I've been
and then
doing.
just, and
This
then just
game looks-
upload the recording.
That's what I
This
do.
game looks great. Like it looks a lot better. I'm excited
We
for
hope
this
you've
one.
enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we
God, I
can't
feel I'm
wait
going to be
for
losing
you
quite a
to
bit of time to
explore
this
the
one.
Living Lands
Oh,
when Avowed launches this fall.
Hey, did
This
you
really
like
go
this
on your
free
list of
roaming
75
camera?
pre-orders?
No, no, it's Game Pass. He doesn't have to pre-order.
Oh, right.
The second full
I'll
look
get-
at this game, and I'm still not sold on this combat.
I
No?
get some Asgard Wraths vibes from it.
Okay, that's dope.
That is colorful.
That's really cool box art.
Yeah.
No firm date.
Fall.
Okay. Maybe fall.
Well, I think it was supposed to come out last year, I think. and then got delayed to this year. But I'd rather see games
What's
delayed
next?
than being pushed out too early.
Oxide.
Actually, what's last? Yes.
Easy to-
Hey, here we
I'm
go.
Machine
Awesome,
Games goes
yeah.
last.
Let's go.
Oh, Indies for sure going last.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's
there's-
what I'm thinking.
I still got to play the original of this one.
Monster, have you played the OG?
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head
Crap.
here at Ninja Theory and Cambridge.
He's been bugging me to play
We're now
the
in
original,
final
that
bits
and
of
Alan
development
Wake
on
and
Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Control
And the
and
team
Alan
is
Wake
working
2.
hard to bring you
Control.
an unforgettable
Play
Oh,
journey
Control.
into Senua's
It-
unique world and her battle
Control
for
is
survival,
excellent video
where we
game.
have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation.
Monster,
with a
you said
shorter,
the
narrative-led
first
experience that
first
focuses
one
on
of
the things
Hellblade,
we
it's like
really care about.
you can beat it
And we
in
hope
one
you
sitting.
care about
You
too.
definitely could sit down in an afternoon and finish that first Hellblade.
You could for sure.
I've heard it's a bit of a mind bender.
It is.
It plays so good into that story. Just like play it with headphones. Highly recommend if there's one game you play with headphones, it's Hellblade.
Yeah, I got a good pair of headphones for my Xbox as well. Not going to name the brand unless somebody wants to
Unless they
sponsor
give us
us.
money.
See how many various sponsors we've got in our crew here. We got Asus here.
Little by little.
What are you wearing right now, Mav?
Became my
Eris, I think. I can't remember exactly. It's Conzair. Conair? Conzair?
Corsair?
Corsair.
Corsair, thank you. Yeah.
Chewie, what do you got?
Looks so impressive, man.
Tony.
faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a
Yeah, the
solid
graphics look really, really good on
framework
this
and then
too.
building more surreal
Yeah.
elements on top.
Yeah, and they weren't bad on the
Senua
first one. There's
face
just
up to
going from
giants
that
who have plunged the
kind of
land
double A to
into chaos,
triple A. It was
on
just
which
it's just
each
got me
turn
so
has
excited
seen
for
the
this
joy
game.
of
The
violent
growth it'll have
wars,
between
settlements that she'll discover.
this and the first one. I hope they
Senua
keep
will
the audio
make new enemies
cues and stuff
and
all
also
built
new
into it.
allies.
I got a
You'll
feeling it'll be
come to see
improved
her
with the
unique
new
perspective as a
systems.
beacon of hope, and she'll discover along with us.
I have a feeling the
how
game's length
this
still.
viewpoint can have its
I don't think it's
advantages.
gonna be much longer than 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah, I'm thinking 18 to 20.
Oh, you're thinking they're gonna push it longer?
Senua
Yeah.
is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis.
Maybe they'll keep it the same
Seeing
length
things
as the
that other people
original.
don't,
I
hearing
mean-
voices and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a
Does
truthful way, we have
Xbox
once again
do
worked
Dolby
closely with
Atmos?
Professor Paul Fletcher of
Yes.
the University of
You have to
Cambridge,
buy the,
as well
I
as
think you have to buy the
people with
license for it, but
experience
it
of
does that.
psychosis.
Yeah, it'll be worth it for
Yes.
this game. Oh,
Certain headsets that you can buy actually come with a code for that too.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile
I
Mine's
can
supported
ki-
with it.
I can kind of tell in this preview with these
Senua
headphones.
sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
The combat in this was great too.
Yep.
On Saga,
I think it's a good like gateway Souls game. This is where you should play Mav, just so you get a feel of like slow and patient.
Spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
Oh,
good.
that's
compared
the
it-
mocap actress, yeah.
Bring
Nice.
into this fight.
Hughes
How
compared
can
it to,
make
like,
this
God of
feel
War.
different from the previous
She's
one?
also the voice
Right.
actress. So she was an intern, I think, originally with the Ninja Theory, and she was
Key goals
a
will
voice
be
placement, and then they just
to
asked her to do
story
it.
throughout it.
Oh.
If I have my
It
facts
does
correct.
feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't
Ooh.
a superhero.
Ooh,
She's fighting
jeez.
for survival, and we want the
No
player to
double tap
feel
needed
her
there.
struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So
I would
get to
love
watch
to
the
do
actors and
mocap.
see all the beautiful expressions
Just
on
to
their
try it out.
faces,
I'd love to
and
do
then I have
voice
to wait a
acting.
little while, and then I
Same.
get to see that all again in game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience.
I'll skip the mocap. I'm too old.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help.
I'm pretty sure we could mocap you as a haggard old man.
Senua's story.
Oh yeah. Anytime you need a crack, that's me.
To do a few reference gathering trips.
Just going around in a walker.
You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible.
This looks photorealistic.
That was.
Oh, it was
Oh,
shot.
wow.
Yeah, that was. that was. It was a reference.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices he hears.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to jump onto Hellblade pretty quick.
Oh yeah, Chewy. I could tell. Yeah, I totally picked up on that.
Yeah,
The
you're
voices-
definitely getting for sure stereo, but I'm hearing behind me as well.
Yeah, no, that's what I got too. Like that last voice I heard, it sounded like it came from
Yeah.
over there. Yeah.
And the gameplay matters on that. It did in the first, at least.
Oh, they're continuing that. They have to.
Good.
You kind of almost have to be in the right mindset, though, from what I understand. Like, it's a very dark and twisted story.
It's a twisted
what I've
theory,
heard.
yeah. If you've played God of War 2018,
Yeah.
you'll be okay with this. It's just that creepiness of it that.
Well, whatever the case, it's got better audio than friggin' Modern Warfare 3. That's for sure.
That's not saying much.
Long campaign too, I hope.
Long campaign, yeah.
Come on. Can we go one time without taking shots at Activision?
Nope.
Who are we, Chris Judge?
Yeah.
I wish we were Chris Judge, but
Fix your game, boy.
Yeah,
that was.
It really connects with her game and elevates it to something.
Well, this was at the Game Awards, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw the tag up the top there. That was a great performance, though. I thought that was really cool.
They're actually playing the first game. A few of the songs or genre have made it into my daily playlist.
okay, Hellblade has an ASMR aspect to it.
I think that was the voices moving around, like for your spatial audio.
Is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our
Clearly, we're all into this.
everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey that you can embark on May 21st.
Whoa.
There you go.
Holy!
Whoa, yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, you had to date it this time. They've shown this thing 3 or 4 times now with the dates. Yeah.
I'm curious where they're taking the story, though. Maybe I should have watched that.
Oh.
What?
It's a game not
Surprise.
on there. We're getting 5.
What? What is this?
Oh, shit.
What?
Oh.
Holy crap!
Let's go.
Hello.
There's Square.
Yes,
I don't know if this is going to be an exclusive. I doubt it.
Ooh, that's a Fennekin.
No, they announced that it's multi-plat. This is definitely Visions of Mana.
Or a Fennec Fox.
Oh.
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana.
Oh, the Mana series.
Mana series.
Yeah, This is what I'm looking forward to.
Don't even know about this.
Trials of Mana was on PlayStation Plus. Super fun. I did platinum that one. Really good story. Combat was a lot of fun. Side questing was a lot of fun. If you don't want to plat it, you can just go through just the main story. But yeah, this one I'm looking forward to. I never played Secret. This is the one I played, was Trials.
I'm gonna have to take a look into this series. I've never played.
God, there's so many mana games.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
crap!
Wow.
A lot of them. Did that flash a Final
Didn't realize there was
Fantasy
that
of
many.
mana?
Yeah, it was Final Fantasy Adventure initially.
Okay.
The series, I think. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Oh, it looks good.
I have to watch it on. I have to watch this one on my main monitor here.
Show the co-op. Where's the other players?
Well, that definitely looks like that's up Rider's alley for sure.
Yeah.
And Irish Bandits.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised you're not putting yourself on that list.
I think I'm gonna. I'd like to try the other one first.
To introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players.
Okay, I like his jacket too.
Actually, that's a pretty slick jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want that other
Whatever
guy's
happened
belt.
to your
This guy's
dust?
back.
Whatever
I
happened
still
to your
have it.
dust
It's still here.
今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか。
Yeah, those are the classic creatures.
モデルの完成イメージまでを
They're kind of cute.
監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加
Very, very similar to Dragon Warrior and Dragon Quest.
聖剣伝説ファイナル
Which, by the way, needs another title soon.
自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて
Dang, that's a game I should have mentioned on our Remaster Remakes podcast. Was the old school Dragon Warrior games.
Another series I don't know.
If you ever play any of the Dragon Warriors, like the OG ones, you can skip 1 and 2, go straight to 3. Best one of the series by far.
I'm not sure you're too big into like turn-based combat games, though, are you, Chewy? And
Probably not. I mean, I played a little bit of Rebirth. Is that even turn-based though? Not Rebirth.
Remake?
Remake.
It's a mix.
I'm heavily into the action-adventure games.
今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの
I'm all in.
見た目はアルマジル
A Yorkshire cross with an armadillo, like with a pangolin. It looks like a fennec, though.
的なイメージが浮かんできて、
I like
そ
it.
れぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。
Oh, it's cute.
It's cute.
足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなど
Who's a
Yeah,
good
they're
boy?
flexing.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, they're flexing the relationship with Square here, but like, is this thing coming Game Pass if you're showing it here?
Good.
Probably have to wait till the end of the
楽曲面です。
ad.
過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも最新作として
I don't know if they got that kind of relationship with Square yet.
They didn't
That
get
is
their
coming
a
to Game Pass.
high-profile title like Final Fantasy. They're getting Visions of Mana.
過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュ
Yeah,
ームの
like-
制作に挑んでくれまし
Is it maybe a timed exclusive?
た。新たな試みとして
I think it was announced at Game Awards as well as multi-plat. Like it's hitting PC, it's hitting
Okay.
イ
PlayStation.
ンタラクティブミュージックを導入しており冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Yeah, I think I'd give this one a go. This is looking great.
Music sounding
Okay,
good.
I like the sword art combat.
First
Okay,
world
Rex.
problem though, do I get it on PlayStation or Xbox?
Well, I'll be getting on PlayStation. I'm going for plat on that for sure.
アクションがバトルの鍵となっており武器
PC
での攻撃だけでなく
And if it's
魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。
multi-platform,
そして本作
but is it cross-platform play?
聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが
If it's single player, I doubt it would be cross-platform save.
Yeah,
Weird 'cause they're
there's
like usually the co-op part of it is there in the Mana titles, but I'm not really seeing it here.
I mean, if there's multiplayer aspects and Ryder picks it up, it would make sense for me to go to PlayStation for this one. If I don't see why it wouldn't be cross-platform though.
ピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作
I think I'm gonna have to try the other one that you were talking about. You said Trials of Mana is what
Yeah.
it's called?
Yeah, try, and that one should be on PlayStation Extra.
私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
I think I showed a screenshot of it in our group chat the one day. Because it took
First
me.
time First time Mana series is being released on Xbox ever.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, you were
total
gonna say...
playthrough. Yeah, I was gonna say total playthrough for Platinum on Trials of Mana. I think was close to 60 hours.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, because well, you have to play through it. Yeah, you have to play through it 3 times because you have to see all of the different character story endings. But the nice thing is that the New Game Plus mode shortens the story every time you start a New Game Plus. So, like, yeah, the first playthrough was like 40 some hours. Second playthrough was 15 hours. Third playthrough was like 4 hours.
Oh, cool.
I didn't see if it was on.
Yeah, it didn't specifically say, just it was on
No?
the platform, but probably not.
I want to take a look.
Series X, NES, and PC. That's it.
Yeah, that's what it said, but they're not going to advertise for.
No, they're not going to stamp it with
We founded
Steam
the
or.
studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V.
Aura, I
We
think.
came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Aura History Untold is the game we dreamt
Aura.
of making.
Aura is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers.
So is this like a Civ clone?
Yeah, you got it.
God, I haven't played Civ since like the original 1 and 2.
And both are so good.
Right?
With Aura, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly.
Yeah, this one doesn't really grab my attention, but.
For example, we have over 100 instruments.
That's a big oboe.
Which are all things
That's
that
what
we
she said.
purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good.
You're ruining the shot, dude.
There's always one.
I like that they left that in.
There's always one. I'm glad they left that in.
Dan was
That's pretty funny.
immediately fired.
Imagine.
Building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love
I
with.
wish I enjoyed this kind of game.
The end result is Aura.
Same.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be for me either. Like, it looks good, but I don't know. Just not my style of game.
Chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
The last.
For Aura, we knew we needed
What's
deep
this
systems
genre?
with
Strategy?
worlds that encourage exploration and
Yeah.
That I played was Frostpunk, and I was
meaningful strategic
terrible
choices
at it.
while still having agency over their playstyle.
Jeez, I think the last strategy game I ever played was StarCraft.
The chance to see the game reflect their unique.
But how good was StarCraft though?
Yeah, very true.
Finally, we knew that for players to feel the
I
impact
think
of
before
choices,
that, I would have
they
played
to
like
see their choices
Command and Conquer
reflected in the
Dune.
world itself, not just through numbers
Oh, I
and
did play the remaster of Command and Conquer Red Alert on Steam.
is what we
Okay.
call the living
It was on sale for like $4.
procedurally generated alternate Earth.
It's a good price.
And they kept like all the original like the FMVs. So you had like what's his name? Michael Ironside was in it.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's so good.
choices players make over the course of the game.
The green screening was absolutely god awful, but it was still good.
Well, it's god awful in any FMV video game.
To the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes.
Oh god, what was the one where Tim Curry plays like a Russian commander?
Leading their people as they thrive
Oh.
and grow.
I'm pretty sure that was a Command and Conquer game too, wasn't it?
So
Was
Yeah.
To rule. And no feature better
That was the
exemplifies
title of that
than
one.
the
I don't
prestige
remember.
system.
To win a game
Monster, what you got?
players will compete with their
You're
rivals
looking
in
for it
the
right
most
now. Yeah.
influential,
I'm on it, I'm on it.
important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige.
Do you guys remember VCR videotape games?
Yep.
Nightmare?
Yeah.
Oh, Nightmare.
Everybody had that one.
Command and Conquer Red Alert 3.
Oh, it was 3, okay.
Okay.
So it was Red Alert series, yeah.
Scientific advancement. The choice is theirs.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
In Aura, there are no
Laser
set
mechs.
conditions, Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those
So it looks like this
goals while still being
spans
able to win the game.
history.
Personally,
Like,
when I play Aura, I like to build
does
triumphs.
it?
Triumphs are our collection of
True.
incredible
When I like playing
monumental
Aura,
cultural achievements from
I don't
throughout
like
human
living my
history.
own life.
Like the Great Pyramid of Giza.
This is it now.
They're hard to build, but worth it. Giving huge prestige.
Yeah, but you can totally build up and just ruin somebody else's life too. Going, hey, I want to be diplomatic with you. Well, screw you, Voltron.
I would love nothing more than you all to pick this game up and play against each other. I will watch that every day.
Doing the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Aura compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Aura.
The presentation of these from Microsoft, not just here's the trailer, like getting devs involved and actually getting a chance to talk about it tells me a little bit more.
From international trade to improving their cities and
Well, they're talking about a passion project in most cases, right? So,
the crafting system in
I mean,
Aura
it makes
encourages
sense.
thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all.
Do you think that guy who's got a screen not towards us is watching YouTube?
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous.
It's like, are you guys really filming in front of my office? Could we
Yeah.
not?
Have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Aura, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective.
As pretty as that looks,
Cultures and societies
yeah,
throughout the millennia, the broadest lens
still not
possible.
grabbing my attention
Where this
enough.
approach really shines is in our leaders.
Genghis
Leaders are
Khan?
so
I'm
often
in.
seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies.
Confucius?
and many more.
Nice.
Yeah.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits.
Confucius say, man who run through airport turnstile sideways going to Bangkok.
Contributions to world.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find
Can I play as
leaders
Vlad
they
the
will
Impaler?
want to play, and even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
This is tabletop.
Us at Oxide, player feedback is the
Probably
only
where
way
they
to
had
really
the
understand what you're
tabletop
making.
come up
It
in
gives us
their
that priceless
opening.
perspective from the people we're making our
Okay, no cool clothing this one, but I want a hammock under my desk.
That'd be dope.
Right?
In the
Like
end,
your
all
midday
this
nap
makes
would
for a
just be
deeper
great.
connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post.
Gotta watch out for those rogue chickens.
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on the recent feedback, that I think we ended up.
I want to
I'd
get
rather
these
the-
freaking ducks away from me.
Of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
Hey, is that a Canadian goose? Oh, that's worse than the cougars.
Game over.
Yeah, yikes. Yeah, exactly.
And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own history.
And I can't wait to not play it.
This
Hey,
is
like
the
I said,
PC
very
only
pretty.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, put Vlad the Impaler in the game, and I'm in.
For this man, Vlad.
Kind of reminds me of what the heck was that TV channel? Spike TV, The Deadliest Warrior.
Oh, is this the one we were waiting
Yeah.
for? That I've been waiting for?
There we
Oh,
go.
heck yeah.
Oh, yes.
Da, 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 da.
I heard this was coming, so I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, they made that clear. Hey, y'all, we're finally showing this.
Yeah.
Do you think it gets a date this year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ah, they're Swedish.
Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has
I haven't finished the newest film yet.
ultimate adventure.
Don't.
Even today, it's one of
Yeah,
the most
I've only ever
iconic
seen the
franchises in pop
OGs.
culture.
Yeah, just stop after Last Crusade. Don't show the other one.
Yep.
Boom.
But
I made
was
the
it?
mistake of watching Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I regretted every minute of that.
I borrowed
What,
that
you
from
don't
the
want to be
library. I
jumping
wanted my
into a-
money back afterwards.
Don't want to be jumping into a fridge there, Ryder?
Yeah.
Nuke the fridge.
I mean, I did that enough in certain Call of Duty games with Nuketown.
I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of
There's
his
Todd
life
Howard.
he was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio?
Those are
in
some
the
deadly
world
looking hoops that
to
guy
make
had.
this? And it was my friends at Machinegames. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our
Let's
first
go.
When was this first teased?
2 years ago?
Oh, we're
Yeah,
getting
that
an
sounds
ad.
about right.
We're getting an actual trailer.
Dr. Jones.
You were playing your pointless game.
Belloc.
I was playing you. You're wondering if
2001.
built yourself a life of
What?
What?
Yeah, 2001 it was first teased.
2021?
2001?
Yeah.
No, it was not.
Like, as in 22
The
years
Indiana
ago?
Jones game, 2021, sorry.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was gonna what the hell?
Yeah.
Machine Games wasn't even a studio.
Imagine having a 25-year dev cycle.
Star
Looking at
Citizen.
you, Duke Nukem.
Oh.
Running it first person.
Damn.
Just different ways to interpret the past.
Wait, that voice sounds familiar.
I don't think it's Harrison Ford.
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts.
No, that's Baker.
Is that Troy Baker?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Troy
that's
Baker.
not. Yeah, I think you're right.
Just waiting.
Good to see they got Vin Diesel in the game too.
Groot.
Tell me that guy didn't look like Vin Diesel.
He kind of.
I will tell you, he didn't look like Vin Diesel at all.
Then I'm seeing things.
It looks like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, it does. Actually, that's a really good likeness of him. Oh, nice.
Whip's looking.
The
The good old
scream.
Wilhelm scream.
The Wilhelm scream.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, but I saw him whip that hammer, and all I can think of was the time Ryder was playing Call of Duty, and he nailed somebody with a rock in Gulag.
Oh yeah, and I killed him with it too.
And he killed him with it.
This looks really good though.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
No,
I might pre-order it.
sure I like.
You get to punch Nazis,
first
so
person shooter.
It ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up?
Also, won't this be on Game Pass?
It's
Yeah,
Game Pass.
probably.
Yep.
We're gonna
Yeah.
probably find out at the end of it here. Oh, I'd totally be down for that. Try and shoot down planes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that's great.
That looks
all my
really
favorite
good.
guns.
Except for the spider going up his arm.
Yeah, no, I'd be getting the heebie-jeebies on that too.
Yeah.
Did you guys play the Wolfensteins that Machine Games did? Like New Colossus, and they're good at making shooting games. So it's first-person indie is around the thing.
Show it. Show it.
Indiana Jones
Oh.
is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures.
Okay, I'm not going to quote it,
movies and the character for
but
years.
Monster is thinking of the episode of South Park with
He's a charismatic,
Indiana
he's
Jones.
passionate, determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Why?
Now
Why?
we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana
Is
Jones
this?
story for
It is a
modern
new
gaming
story.
audience.
Okay.
Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person.
It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting, and
Well, I'm assuming
interactive
Shia
world of
LaBeouf
film.
isn't in the game.
We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure
Is that even canon anymore?
each action feel like your own.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't make any mention of him in Dial of Destiny.
I heard they killed him off.
In
I
Dial of
didn't pay
Destiny?
much attention.
In the newest Indiana Jones, he died. Like they wrote him out like he died between films.
Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person
Oh,
view.
okay, I can deal with that.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last
Oh,
Crusade.
There you go.
Okay.
So definitely no Shia LaBeouf in the game.
College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant.
Oh, okay. Now he looks more like
Yeah.
Tony Todd.
I take that away. That's not Vin Diesel.
Is that the guy that did
Isn't that Candyman?
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
I just said Tony Todd.
I didn't know if that was the name of him or not. I didn't know his name.
Pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but
You
to see
doubt
it
my
through to the
knowledge.
end.
I didn't doubt it. I just couldn't remember his name. You mentioned his name. I'm like, is that the guy that played Candyman?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the movies.
We always talk about how
Well, I mean, the good news is you only have to watch like Temple of Doom, and
Yeah.
that'll catch you up to that part of the story.
And I can play this and watch the other two.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you could watch Raiders. Raiders.
Yeah.
They have any connection?
Yeah, Raiders and then Temple.
The only thing that connects them is Indiana Jones.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions. Whether
Use a
it's
whip to
trying
solve
a
every
different
problem.
path through the environment around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indie's journey will
Cool.
take you to the
That's
forgotten
beautiful.
temples of
That's
Sukhothai,
awesome.
That does look
the
good.
pyramids of Egypt, the snow peaks
I mean,
Himalayas.
if
I
I'm
think,
not
those are, I think
getting,
those are just artworks,
We
but
look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic.
when was
If I'm
Indy
not-
set into? Like the 1920s?
Creating rich, vibrant
30s.
worlds and
30s?
Yeah.
We also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic.
if I'm not getting a new Uncharted, I can do this.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music.
I still think you're getting an Uncharted. It just
John Williams
hasn't
is the
been
original
announced yet.
composer for the indie films,
Wow.
and we're really lucky
This will
to have
come
a
out
good
before
role.
that. So.
The composer
Oh,
has
yeah.
been able to capture Williams'
Yeah, I think this is
100%.
this year
for the
for
Great
sure.
Circle.
So I hope it's Shadow Drop.
Oh man,
We also take
I want
the
nothing
game
more
and
than this to be
approach
shadow
to
dropped.
things like
Yeah.
cinematics. We're
It's not gonna
really
happen.
You can play it.
with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this.
Okay,
help us
focus
bridge
on
the
them. I
gap
want to know who they
between
are.
making a game.
I think those are just the stunt actors. I don't think those are the actual
And of
actors.
course, our
Well,
characters
stunt actors
will
matter.
Bring the world to life as well.
True.
He's not wrong.
Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Is Gina in any of the movies?
No.
No.
Who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been
Not that I'm
tracking
aware
the
of.
lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their
Oh, I'm
paths
getting
are
hyped, guys.
intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Next thing you know, Chew's going to be walking into the next podcast with a fedora and a whip.
Oh, please do, please do.
I give you a cowboy hat and a cattle whip.
I think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect.
Yeah, I guess that
foil
wouldn't
for
be
me.
Belloc, because Belloc
They're
died
both
at the end of
brilliant
Raiders.
people, compelled
Yeah.
by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under in the skin. It's captivating.
Kind of reminds me a bit of Christoph Waltz.
A little bit.
One of our models
The bad guy in
for
Inglourious
the Great
Bastards?
Circle is
Yeah.
adventure
Yeah.
first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been
I
one
liked
of
him
the
in
balance we
Inglourious
have for
Bastards
us,
too.
and we've ended up with this
Yeah.
sort of
It's a
hybrid
great movie.
experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you.
That's a bingo.
You're still gonna be beating up Nazis.
Pick up a shovel and
Nice.
whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indie's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purpose as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat.
Oh,
You can whip
it
Nazis.
was his
in
knee.
Hopefully a little bit more.
Whip Nazis and the Giggleberries.
Puzzles are a key
Yep.
feature in our game. The spirit of discovery.
You know, that's the
is
first
so
thing people are
important
going to try
create
doing.
detail.
Oh, yeah.
Can I do
Obviously,
it?
there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there
Whip
for the
shot
players
challenge.
to experience them. Epic traps,
I like
small
puzzles.
secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
That's not very blendy.
I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
As a good indie adventure should be.
Yeah, the completionist in me is screaming right now.
Oh, you gotta kid me. I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these rollercoaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
kind
I
of
saw
fun.
that.
Later.
Yeah, I can't do that spider though.
No, neither can I.
As long as it's not a snake.
Why'd it have to be snakes?
Oh,
PC
Game
and
Pass,
Game
though.
Pass.
Okay, no buying it, but
That's a Bethesda published game, so it's always Game Pass.
yeah. Is that it?
Oh, Visions of Mana Summer 2024. Yeah, it looks like they're recapping here.
I think that's it. Yep.
Oh, come on, one more thing.
Take one.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja
Most of it's looking good.
So they only got one day, which is a game I've been waiting for years. So
Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy
I'll take it.
of rule how you want to rule. Stay happy.
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed.
Vow's on my list. Indiana Jones for sure.
I definitely think I might have to give this one a look.
Same. Visions of Mana.
yeah.
Visions of Mana, I will be keep my eyes on. I definitely want to try Trials.
So I'm guessing India is going to be a holiday release.
I could see that.
What did Avow say? Fall 2024?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably your November release. After reveal.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
That's on their Twitch channel.
Yeah, that was as up new expansion for Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well,
Roundtable discussion time, or at least,
yeah.
at least for what the viewers are going to see, it'll be an L-shaped table discussion. All right, let's switch over to this. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. So
This
I'm just
is
going
it.
to flat out ask, what's the game that you guys are excited for the most? I'm
Visions of Mana.
Yeah, I could see that.
For me, it was Visions of Mana and Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I don't know. Avowed's looking good.
Yeah, Avowed looks
Indiana
good.
Jones is probably going to be a little bit higher for me than Visions
Yeah,
of Mana.
I think that one's going to be the highest one on everybody's list.
So Hellblade 2 is the highest for me.
I think I'm going to agree with you, Chewie, actually, on this one. I think Hellblade 2 is on my list of most excited to play right now.
But it could be that it has a date and I know when that is happening, right?
Maybe just the hype behind it for so long now. Like, we've seen it enough times. It'd be the Game Awards, like Summer Game Fest. Like, I've seen a bunch of it. And here, too, they put out after. It is a digital-only release. There'll be no physical copy of Hellblade 2. $50 price tag, digital only.
That's not
That's
terrible.
pretty decent.
Yeah, what was 30 American, I think, for the first one.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Put it out at a budget price because I don't know if they looked at length that way, but yeah, I'm very excited for that.
If it's only going to be that price point, you think it's going to be around the same time frame like for the gameplay length?
I mean,
as the original?
Maybe honest, I'm with like the 16 to 20 hour. I think those stories are pretty like, linear in design. But I'm still thinking it'd be like maybe 10 hours at most. I'm fine with. I mean, I don't look at value in video games as like, is it 100 hours to justify my $70? The quality of what I played. I played some indie games I've spent $40 on that I've well worth the money.
Yeah, and I've been on the opposite side of that coin
fun
too.
did I have?
Yeah.
You thought Avowed? Like people were hype on Avowed? I don't know. I don't know why that didn't do anything for me.
I think there's concern with Avowed just because it's so close to Skyrim that a lot of people that I've heard in some of the communities, they're just kind of sitting back going, it's a Skyrim ripoff. And I think there's some concern with that. I don't know, like I with what I've seen, there needs to be something else that separates it a little bit more. But I think that's kind of one of the reasons why they're trying to make the environments a little bit brighter. There's more options for equipping and just combat, and I think that's where it's going to be really separate. But I don't. Only time will tell in that situation, right? So I'm excited to try it, but I've never really got into Skyrim. It's going to be likely another one that's like, hey, when do we try it? Because like Chewy mentioned at one point that a lot of the games that are on the top of my favorite lists are ones that I've replayed: Days Gone, Witcher 3, and now Red Dead Redemption. You know, like they're high up there on my favorite lists, and I've replayed them all. I tried playing them at first, and like, nope, this is garbage. See you later. And then year, 2, 3 years goes by, like, you know what? I'm gonna give this another shot. So maybe it's time for me to look at Skyrim again, but in Avowed, maybe it'll pique my interest enough that I'll want to switch over and try something new too, like that. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to that one, to be honest. So
we think, I mean, they showed, obviously, we knew going in they're going to show 4 games. They showed those 4 games. Sweet to get Visions of Mana. I mean, there's Square fans on this podcast, which I love hearing. You guys love Final Fantasy VII in a way that is insane to me still. that game is good. It was always just good. But I'm saying for that to come, Xbox having a little bit of Square love. Obviously, it's not Final Fantasy 16, which I hear is absolutely incredible. Yeah. Obviously, Remake and Rebirth have been. I mean, Rebirth is hugely excited, and everyone's ready for it. Are they missing games here? Because I feel like Summer's Game Fest, they went for it to show you Fable and a bunch of these other projects. And sure, indie is great. Like, that's the perfect way to end your show. But it made it seem like Xbox had a lot more up its sleeve for 2024. And if this is the 4 games we're kind of left with, that's tough going for the hype around this direct.
I think with Summer's Game Fest, Fable, all that stuff, like, I mean, indie was teased in 2001, apparently. So that's a long time for them to hype the game, right?
Sorry, Mav, you're not going to live that down.
Oh, that's all right. I deserve it after that slip up.
But that was Fable's first kind of mentioned. So I don't think that's a 2024 game. I think that's a 2026, end of generation game.
It just felt weird that it's like indie is something like we've known Machine Games is doing it. But like when they did Summer's Game Fest, it's like, hey, here you go. Like, we're going to show you Fable. Like, I mean, they have franchises too. Like, Chewy, I know Gears.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the company that still can make Gears games. Halo, obviously, after Infinite has just been like, nope, we're just not doing anything with Halo.
Actually, yeah, this would be a good place to pull Halo to.
I just order some content for Infinite. Like, I mean, Battle Royale's the hotness, and now the announcement of like that project getting shelved, like they're not going to do a Battle Royale for Halo, which I would have played. I like Warzone. Like, Warzone's great, but I like when someone comes into this space. But Ara, I think none of us are gonna play. Like, again, it's good they show it because there's an audience for it clearly.
Yeah.
But I just, again, a lot of games I think that people were hyped to see during this thing, or again, a Shadow Drop. Last year we got Hi-Fi Rush, which was incredible, and just like, here it is, you can play it today. I was in that camp too of like, they're Shadow Dropping something today.
But they could do another Dev Direct. Like, it's the start of the year. They can do another later.
Oh, definitely.
In the year. Yeah.
Well, and we got to realize though too, like this is pretty early in the year as well, and I know that we've almost beaten this horse to death, but I know that we got to admit that Sony's going to have one around the corner too, pretty within the next month. Like, you know, it's
they
coming.
would have to.
I'm going to go out on a limb that I would not be shocked to hear that they'll be making some kind of announcement within the week. Like, the Xbox has had their showcase, and now that the focus is not going to be on the showcase that we just finished watching, they'll be wanting to focus on their stuff a little bit more. And I think in that case, they'll shadow drop a demo. But you know, I went in thinking like the games that were rumored for this, and I was talking to Monster about this a fair bit about shadow drops. I was like, I don't think it's happening this time around, and I wish I put money down on that because I would have won that bet.
Easily.
But I mean, the thing is, it would have made sense to have something shadow dropped because of how they did it last year. And I mean, Microsoft, and this was one of the reasons why I also went and picked up a console with like an Xbox console as well, is sitting back and watching all these developers that they buy. They're doing stuff with these developers. And I don't play on PC. You know that these games are going to be released on PC at the same time. I enjoy my console games. I'm getting an Xbox in that case. So I'm happy to see some of the stuff that's going on. I'm glad that they have some kind of agreement with Square. I know that there's been talk that they're going to be getting a trial going here soon for Final Fantasy 14. And with that too, all of your progress is going to be moved over to the full game when you're playing. So Xbox players are going to get a taste, and they're going to be able to keep going with their progress. So I'm excited to hear more about that and the partnership they've got going with Square. So maybe something more will happen with that too. I think it'll be good. But I think
on your note of
Go ahead, Jay,
the Sony showcase coming up, they have to. Nintendo normally does a February Direct. Nintendo Direct, that's what they're called, right?
I think so.
Something like that, yeah.
So they have to. I think Sony's going to pull back and allow, like you said, allow everyone to have their eyes on others, and then formulate and maneuver to get eyes back on them. And I think they'll do that after the Nintendo Direct.
I would like to agree, but just for the simple fact that I think that they're going to try getting more people hyped up for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Game's
There's
selling
going to be a demo.
gangbusters without it.
Yeah.
The thing is
You're
selling gangbusters. Like I think
You're
it's like it's proven the fans of like those games on a PlayStation console. Look at Spider-Man 2 sales. You didn't have to sell people Spider-Man 2.
Pretty much.
Or
You
going
just
to
basically
buy
had, here's Spider-Man 2.
And I
Well,
think
I'm-
Rebirth is that game for them right now too. Like I think when that date hits, that's going to be really, really highly adopted, and then people waiting for the PC release, which I think will be a quicker turnaround this time. Something
Oh yeah,
like
they've
Rebirth.
even said in all the marketing, it's like Xbox, PS5 exclusivity until May 29th of this year. So
I mean
that's a short exclusivity window.
that is very
Yeah.
short. So we're probably
Yeah.
getting Rebirth on PC by Christmas.
I would think,
That's
yeah.
my hope.
No, people have been saying that it might be coming to Xbox as well.
I mean, we've been hearing that remake has been coming to Xbox or everywhere else, but they still don't have it on Xbox.
Here's the thing. After so first of all, Ryder's going to agree with me. Final Fantasy 16 was fantastic.
I hear great things.
But the problem is that it undersold their expectations. But that's the problem that Square has always had, is their expectations are up here and they kind of do in here. And it happened with a lot of their games. Forspoken.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
There was Valkyrie Elysium that came out. Final Fantasy 16. All of these games underperformed what their targets were. And I think for that reason, it's not impossible, but unlikely that it's going to hit Xbox. And I think they may do the twin pack on Xbox in 3 to 6 months. But
I think at this point longer. Like I mean, that deal was made. Sony made sure we get Final Fantasy VII before anyone else. The legacy is on our machine. Here's the money. We do not want to have it on this competitor's platform until when?
Right.
PC, they're adopting. Sony's getting really good at least adopting. We need to move to PC.
Yeah,
just
we
don't
need to
keep
do
the games
our
on our hardware.
sales on our hardware, and then as soon as that dips, release it on PC, bring in that money as well.
and then remaster the crap out of it.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
God damn it.
Sorry, I had to make a cheap shot there. But
remember being young and new IPs came out all the time? Like every
Yeah.
game was just a brand new IP and you were like, yeah. Now it's just like, don't worry guys, Last of Us 2 is out this week. Who's playing it?
Actually tomorrow.
It's out tomorrow.
Yeah.
How many times was Skyrim
At the time of
remastered?
recording.
Oh, your toaster's playing Skyrim at this point.
Yeah. Oh,
my
that's
fridge
good.
can play too.
I eat the cheese.
I don't know. I mean, I'm excited. Like Xbox, obviously, I'm an Xbox guy. I love Game Pass. The idea of Game Pass is great. I think ultimately the goal is like we're not wanting to sell game hardware. Everyone
I'm in
adopt the
agreement
idea
with
of
you.
Game Pass being on everything.
Yeah.
They want it. They're a software company, not a hardware company. Like we want Game Pass on a PlayStation. We want Nintendo to have Game Pass. It's getting there, just showing like you don't spend $69 billion getting Activision unless your plan is we want to be the Netflix of video games.
Hmm. That's my agreement.
No, and I think that does make a lot of sense. But I mean, that also being said, it was Sony that kind of pushed Microsoft into the hardware scene, which because that's how it happened. Sony came out with that, so like, we're coming out with the PlayStation 1. It's the PC in your living room, and Microsoft was sitting back going, "Excuse me, yeah,
What now?"
this can't stand." So that's where, of course, they started developing and creating the Xbox. But
Sure, but that was at a
they
time when hardware mattered. Now, if we can get
absolutely
Game Pass on the PlayStation or your TV, who cares?
So-
You're giving me money every month. Here's
Mhm.
your catalog. The thing I
And-
don't want is a strictly cloud service. I want
Yeah.
local gameplay, so I need my TV to have more.
That's a great
For
point too. As someone who like I use xCloud, when I'm working really hard some days, xCloud
Like
comes in
today.
handy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not every game is meant for xCloud, and you can see it already. High input games, something like shooters as well. Yeah, you can have the best internet on the planet. It's still not running what it's gonna when you download it. But you're playing something like a Sea of Stars, something turn-based. These smaller games were also great value in Game Pass. You finally get to try them. You wouldn't spend 30 on it, but you're already spending 20 every month just to play the whole catalog. It works there, but I'm with you. With TV adopting it, yeah, they're looking at xCloud as the option.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. But I will say this, I do not ever see Game Pass ever going to something like onto Sony. And the reason being is because Sony is going to keep pushing their extra, like PlayStation Extra, PlayStation Premium now. But it's close enough, I think, in that case that
That's
I mean,
until Microsoft buys Sony's gaming division for 170
that's they
million.
have that kind of money.
Billion.
That's
They have that
darkest
money.
timeline, Chewy.
Oh, it's a dark
I
timeline.
I mean, I think Sony's going to open up more. I mean, obviously the FTC suit, it's eye-opening. Sony's not stupid. Everyone's buying their hardware. They're winning that game.
Yes.
Putting game machines in living rooms, Sony's winning that game.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft's not going to catch up to that. Nintendo
they,
or
they
Sony,
won't
can't
catch up. But there was a point last year that Xbox did actually outsell the PlayStation
Nintendo.
5 in Japan.
That's because there was no PlayStation.
Yeah, I
No,
was gonna say,
it happened when it actually happened when there was availability. It was late last year. I think it was like September, October. So the availability went up, and Xbox outsold PlayStation. It was only a month, but it was something that did happen. So
It's
I mean, they are
it's a
selling
trend that
consoles.
happened once. I
Yeah,
don't see that ever. Like the PlayStation 5 is a juggernaut. I can even
Yeah.
admit that. I'm an Xbox fanboy, but I know damn well I can't tout numbers to PlayStation fans. Like, hey
But
guys, we're selling machines.
it doesn't hurt Sony to build a device, revamp their losses on it, still sell their exclusive software, and put a Microsoft app on it. Then Microsoft isn't losing because they don't have to build hardware. Sony's opened up for that Game Pass, and they're still selling their exclusives and their
They
hardware,
have a-
so they're still
they
making
ha-
money.
Sony has a whole movies division, but they're still like, okay, Disney, come on board. We need your app on our platform. You're paying for that app still.
Yeah.
but that
Like Microsoft wants out of hardware. It's making it more and more clear every day where they're just like, we're never gonna have the install base. Like 360, there was your swan song. That was as close as you're gonna get to competing. Nintendo and Sony are just on another level. Nintendo's on another level. It's freakish what the Switch did.
All three of them are playing different games.
You're right.
They all have
That's a
different
really
rules.
good point.
Yeah.
I don't like Switch 2 comes around, I think I might have to jump on board. But the thing is, for me, it's going to be dependent on one thing, which I'm sure it's going to happen because it's happening with every other console out there, is backwards compatibility. If it's backwards compatible, I will be there front and center with Monster pre-ordering my Switch 2.
With
Yeah.
Super Switch rumors this year, I think that's why Sony's going to pull back is to see the reveal.
Yeah.
See if they reveal, figure out what they're doing before Sony revamps how their marketing will go forward for the rest of this generation.
Yeah, and I have a feeling the Switch 2, the Super Switch, whatever you want to call it, is going to be it's going to be basically upgraded hardware. It's not going to be a whole new OS. It's not going to be a whole new engine. It's basically going to be here's a much faster processor, better QLED screen or OLED screen, whatever they choose to do. Bit more RAM, bit more graphics processing. Have at her.
If
That's
that's
the
the
best point.
case,
I don't
then
think they're revolutionizing anything. What
if
works?
that's the case,
The
just
Switch
sign me
works.
up. Sign
What
me
they
up.
Absolutely, same
yeah,
here.
what they need to do is, in my opinion, partner with Intel to get Thunderbolt 4 so their dock can have a second GPU, so their handheld could still be 720, 1080. You dock it, you have an external GPU, and you're running 4K games.
If you do that, what's your price when you're coming out of the box on the Switch? If they're worried about one thing, is not having the price tag of Series X or PlayStation 5 when they're coming out of the box.
Yeah,
Good
that's
point.
a good point.
They've
I think
been
for
with
that
the
kind of
family
hardware,
always.
Yeah, I think for that kind of hardware, you're probably looking at about a $499 price tag.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
$100
think
less than
You know what though?
like
Like
$599.
$4.99. I always say too, like I hate to be that person because like I love everyone to play video games. It's unfortunately just not a medium where everyone can afford to play video games. You're either choosing one or the other. You're not going out to the store to buy every platform and every game. I think access to stuff. That's why, again, Game Pass is $20 a month, filled
Right.
with variety.
And it can
PlayStation
go
as
on
well. They
any
have that.
device. That's the way to do it. You buy one hardware, you get that, you're going.
But you're missing
But
out. Like I said, Sony exclusives speak for themselves. I even
They
have
do.
to eat that. Spider-Man 2 comes out, you're like, well, okay, well, this looks pretty awesome. Even Final Fantasy 7, as much as I'll dog on you guys about it, I know that game is massive.
yeah,
Yes, yeah, and the Dukes are up. But even 16, me not playing. Like at some point, yes, I will have a PlayStation 5. Missing out on 16 and seeing that game, I'm like, okay, this is something I'm really missing. This looks special.
but I will say Microsoft is doing okay. So if it wasn't for one program that Microsoft was running, I wouldn't have gotten an Xbox, which is Microsoft All Access. And had it not been for that program, I wouldn't have touched it. Which is the Series X, and I think Canadian it was $60 a month for 2 years. But with that 2 years, you also get Game Pass for that same 2 years. So Game Pass plus the console plus the whole like brand new console, it all included, and you're paying for it monthly. I mean, $60 is a lot, but that's the one thing though too. But when I was doing my research, it was like, hey, well, I know that I'm getting a loan for this. Is there going to be any fallout from me paying it off early? Like, can I drop an extra $100 on it, $200, whatever, pay it off faster? Once I found out there's no penalty for that, absolutely sign me up. And know how that all works. Sony doesn't have anything like that, and it's basically screw you, give me money mentality when it comes to the hardware. And the thing is, people will shell it out.
It's good business practice to
Yeah,
lock
it
you
is
in, though.
absolutely.
Like to do a 2-year lock you in, they're making money that they can count on for 2 years every month.
And the
That's
bank is
just good
making
business.
interest on the loan because the loan was through Royal Bank, right? Like they
Sure, I
have their
don't know
partners.
those details. Yeah.
Right. There's still a percentage. They're getting money off the loan. You have 2-year loan, you're paying interest on it, right? I'm just saying that Microsoft has done it right, that they have a way of making it more affordable for people rather than PlayStation, where it's like, you want the system, pay for it up front. And both have worked.
I mean, PlayStation's definitely worked. I tell people openly to buy a Series S. I hate the hate it gets. There are some gamers out there, sure. You guys, you love hardware. You know it. Visually, you know how it wants to perform, the things you look for. If you are wanting to play certain games and have them run, you don't have the eye for ray tracing or any of this fancy stuff, buy a Series S. Go to your Costco. It comes with a 2 terabyte hard drive, 3 months to Game Pass. It's in your living room and you have options. You don't need the fanciest one, but if your buddies are online and they're like, hey man, we're playing Madden on Xbox, buy Series S.
Shame on you for bringing up Madden.
It's a man, Game Pass Ultimate with all that EA stuff. You check that
Yeah.
box. We've got sports. Sony even adopted me like, you guys can just have MLB The Show. How about we just let you have MLB The Show on your platform? Because they see the value too. Like, we want people playing baseball, and they're gonna cut us a check to get baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird when all this rumor of like Hi-Fi Rush possibly going to PlayStation.
Sea of Thieves.
People thought it was weird when Sea of Thieves, when it comes up on your PlayStation, a Microsoft Game Studios game, just like it did with MLB The Show, where I'm like, That's the PlayStation logo on my Xbox. I think there's conversation already where they're just like, we need to stop because we still want Call of Duty. Now Call of Duty is a Microsoft Game Studios game, is it not?
But
they'll use
that,
Activision, but like, who owns Call of Duty now?
that being said, I mean, and I said it right off the jump too. There's no bloody way that Microsoft is going to turn around and say, "We paid $69 billion for this company, and we're not going to release the game on PlayStation."
Leaving
There's
money on the
no
table.
bloody way that that's going to ever happen.
Yeah.
They're in the business of making money. We can all agree on that. That's the direction that there's no way they're pulling it. Not a chance. Until they're like, "Hey, you know what? We got our money back. We're keeping it on our console. We're keeping it on." But
Well,
I don't ever
it'll
see
be
that
their
happening.
pawn to say, "You want this game? Add Game Pass to your system."
But that being said,
it is a good ace in the hole.
Yeah.
That being said, this should also inspire Sony to be like, you know what? They could pull Call of Duty. Not that they will, but they could. That being said, they should be looking at making a new first party development game. Bring back something, even bring back something like Medal of Honor. Create something new. They bought Bungie. Get Bungie involved to create a new first person shooter. There's so many options that are available for them. They don't need to worry just about Call of Duty. Bring something else in. Revamp an old series. Do something. I mean, Killzone. Bring Killzone back. People would be excited for that too.
No, they wouldn't.
I've
No, they
never
wouldn't.
played a single kill because it's a Killzone game.
Yeah, like, I'd love to stand with you and be like, yeah, save Killzone. I will stand by Resistance 1 and 2, not 3. But they were onto something. It's like, you guys are doing something. 3,
The best
not so much.
Killzone, the Vita one,
Damn you in that Vita.
and that wasn't even that good of a game. It was just the best one.
I'd
All
like
I'm
to say,
saying
yeah,
is,
Sony,
look,
make a new
being able
game.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or beat the highest franchise in first-person shooters. It's the Marvel movies of shooters. It doesn't matter. They come out bad and broken like this year's.
Yeah.
How many people are live on it right now playing?
Like tens of thousands.
Tons.
Yeah.
They're never going to drop it. The campaign was bad. They're like, I don't care. We got Warzone and multiplayer. Now until next year's time when they put out that same game again.
This year.
Yeah, you're in a great spot. Yeah, this year's time. You're right.
Yeah.
November. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when Gulf War comes out.
I hope. God, I hope not. I mean, really, I know it's probably coming, but I hope not. They need to take a break and look
not
in the mirror
gonna.
when it comes to that.
No,
They're making
Cold
money.
War,
They're
sorry,
not gonna.
Yeah, Black Ops Gulf War is coming out later this year.
That is the next one, hey? The Gulf War? Yeah.
Yep.
But Mav, you got to realize, you keep playing Assassin's Creed. This formula works.
Yeah.
You know what they should not do? Make more Assassin's Creed games.
Hey, I just got into those.
Ubisoft is gonna.
I will fight you.
Hey, man,
I
you
will
just
fight
got
you.
into them? Did you play
Yes,
Assassin's Creed 2? Stop playing
It's
Assassin's Creed
it's
after.
next on the list.
You're
I
good
gotta
after
get up,
2.
I gotta get up to Nexus because I own that one too.
It's just all these franchises, like these companies know it makes money, so they continue to do it. And we wait. Show me a new idea that works. Show me something cool.
Well, Hellblade was the last new IP I played.
And you know what they did too? They're like, people really loved this.
And I
Gotta
think
give
that
them number 2.
I brought this up. It was for the conversation that you and I had, Monster, about new IPs, because the thing is, that's what sold me. Where it's like, you know what, Rise of the Ronin, I don't know, and then our conversation of new IP should be celebrated, and you had brought that up in one of our private conversations. Right then and there, I was like, nope, he's absolutely right. Pre-ordering that game right now.
There's nothing wrong with a sequel. Sometimes they turn out really awesome. Like really even better than the first. It's still a level of milking it though, right? It's weird. You do an anthology style, Final Fantasy's figured it out. It will drastically change stuff about our games, story and world. Sure. Turn-based combat for a long time with turn-based combat. But it's the stories they invest you in between, and they are different. It doesn't have to be connected. They share and borrow stuff, but they always felt new when you got them. It's getting to a point where Ubisoft puts out a game and I'm like, you go to Watchtower, you climb it, it opens the map. Here are the 6 things you do in the area, rinse, repeat.
Okay.
It's every game they put out now. It is sad. It's just sad that I want a new game, but everyone's like, "Nah, man, no one wants new games."
This is actually going to be a perfect question to end on that I've got for everyone. And I think this will lead into our next subject that we will be tackling next week. So I am curious on what everyone's take is. What is more important to you for a good video game? Is it gameplay or story? You can one gameplay or story. We haven't heard much from Irish Bandit. I need to ask him. I want to hear his take on this first.
Gameplay or story? Well, a good game is nothing without a good story, honestly and truthfully. So I will take story every time over gameplay, over graphics, over anything. But that's
That's
just
fair.
my personal opinion.
Yeah. Ryder?
I'm agreeing with Rob on this one here. It's got to be a good story. I want to feel like I'm a part of what's going on in the game. I want to be a part of that story. I want to be a part of the adventure that unfolds. You know, graphics, whatever. If the controls are a little clunky, whatever. You know, we've dealt with games like that. But if the story is very, very well written, actually, I'll give you a really, really good example. Knights of the Old Republic. The combat was clunky as hell, if everybody remembers. But damn, that story was good.
I'll just interject one thing really quickly here. I played a game like the beginning of last year where there was very little graphics. It was still image, but it had such a fantastic story attached to it that it kept me hooked from the very beginning, from when I started to when I ended it. It was just such a well-told story that I loved it. And there was, like I said, there was not a lot in the way of gameplay. You just point and clicked at your options, and that was it. But the story that it was attached to was so damn good.
Yeah. Monster?
Gameplay.
Gameplay? The
Yeah,
first
gameplay.
person.
No, it's all the games. Tony Hawk Pro Skater doesn't have a story. Tony Hawk Pro Skater is very fun to play. Mario's story is Save the Princess. And Mario is extremely fun to play. Mechanics are everything. If you blend them both perfectly, a great story with great gameplay and mechanics. Just finished Alan Wake 2. The game goes hand in hand with what it does together. Story's incredible. Without the way that game plays, doesn't add to it. But I'm gameplay for sure. 100%.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised to hear you say that, to be honest. But Chewy,
I don't
what
hate
about your-
stories.
No, I know. I obviously, yeah. No, it just.
I don't hate gameplay, but
Yeah, that's perfect example.
I'm saying you have to pick one in this situation. You
then
have to
gameplay.
pick one.
But isn't
Like
that how
that-
arguing on the internet works? If you like
You're
one
right.
thing, that must mean you hate the other.
Yeah,
Damn you,
we're
Bandit,
not.
you're wrong.
We've never. We're never going to be about that here, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, Chewy.
I'm gonna throw it at you first.
Story
never
is
get
all. Yeah, story is always been more important to me than anything. I mean, take a look at the games that I enjoy the most: Witcher, Uncharted. It's the gameplay's there. It's all about the story. The story is always what sinks its teeth into me and makes me come back 101 different times, especially when there's different endings and different outcomes in every situation. Like I think The Witcher 3 has like 16 to 18 different endings for that game, which makes me come back every single time. So you're up.
I'm gonna surprise you. Gameplay, mechanics. You can read a book if you want a story. If you don't have good mechanics, you're not going to play the game. The tank controls in Resident Evil 4, the original one, make me sick. Sicker than VR sick. Can't play it.
Not that bad.
No, it is. It does. It makes me sick. Because I'm so used to being able to swing my rear camera and it always wants to center it that you're never stable. I can't do the tank controls. Mechanics matter.
You know, that does surprise me a little bit, but I mean, I've gotten you into a lot of narrative games anyway, so I'll still take that as a win.
I don't hate story.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll end it there. Before we do take, we call it here though. Our subject that we will be tackling here next week is our favorite games of all time next week. So I know that we've
I
all
can't
been
wait
kind
to
of
listen to that episode.
man, the way things are going. We don't know if Octopus is going to be joining us. You might get another invite. So we'll see what happens. But
I
we'll.
want to put up guesses for your guys' favorite games of all time.
Oh, we know that Final Fantasy is going to hit the list of at least 2 of these people in here.
I've heard.
Yeah,
heard
why
some
do I have
picks.
to come? It's just going to be you guys
Ryder.
talking about Final Fantasy.
We're not there yet. We will get there. That will be coming very soon. But that will just be a short that'll be a segment. That won't be the whole episode. But we'll discuss the logistics of that later. But with that, we'll power down. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. And thanks for listening to the Level 1 podcast.
Take care, everyone.